that pretty much how you drew it up in the off season to have those 4 guys get that amount of pressure?
Yeah, it was good to see. Again, credit to them. I think they were executing at a high level. They were coordinated what they were doing. We found some passing situations where we could, had the lead as well, so that helped. I think the turnovers were a huge part of that game. Dex's play, obviously, and then Burns pressuring and Drew being able to come up with that one. So proud of the guys and how they played and how they executed, and glad we were able to get a win.
Kavon seems to be playing at maybe a career best level. You've obviously only been here for 2 years. What is he doing that's taking it to the next game? Is it just a matter of he has maybe fewer snaps because everybody else he's fresher because of all the help, or has his game gone to another?
Yeah, I think you see it out here every day at practice, the way he goes about his business, the way he works. He's intentional about what he does, studying tape, asking questions on guys, taking advantage of opportunities. I think with all these guys, they're taking advantage of opportunities when they get those one-on-ones and find ways. The physicality is showing up with them as well. So, I'm pleased with what he's done. He's impacted the game for us. I even felt like that last year early on before he got hurt. He was doing a lot of good things for us, and then he got banged up. So pleased with where he's at, and hopefully that continues.
You had a lot of success with Stunt on Sunday. You hadn't used him a bunch before. Just what determines the usage of how much you can? Yeah,
I think studying the opponent, obviously, how they kind of handle some of that stuff. I think a little bit with us, our personnel, and just how we're placing guys in different spots and what they can handle and their skill sets to be able to execute some of those comes into play. And obviously just as they're going, the success we're having with them and the compliments off of them, they kind of build off each other. You can adjust some things and they're sitting on something, and then all of a sudden it's the counterpoint. So I think as you get into the flow of a game and you get a feel for it, that's part of it. But our guys executed and they did a good job. Like, there's so much detail that goes into running those games. It's not just a line here, a line there. It's trying to grab eyes, trying to get penetration where you get 2 on the guy that you're trying to get 2-on-1 on. So there's a lot of nuance that goes into those things other than really just running a line. So proud of those guys and how they executed them.
With Dex, we talked about how he's running in shape a little more. Was this the best you've seen as far as getting closer to that form you expected?
Yeah, he's been good. Like, again, he's demanding 4 hands, and he's getting a lot of 4 hands. And when he's able to get the one-on-ones, you feel him get pushed in the pocket and finding quick wins, and whether the ball gets out or whatever that might be. So unselfish player. It's always been that way with him. Like, people are going to demand attention to him just because of what he's done in this league, and hopefully we can continue to evolve and keep winning some of these one-on-ones and executing games when we got them called, and we can try to alleviate some of that for him as well.
Shane, what's it going to be? You talked last year a lot about the run defense and about how there was a lot of good, but there were a few plays here and there. And it seems to be the same a lot this year. What is it? Is it one thing? Is it one guy?
I think a lot of the ones when they hit big, it's more than just one guy. Obviously, like, you want to be able to get them down when they do break for not 54 or whatever it was, right? You want to be able to find ways to get them down, but hopefully we can do a good job of being able to get off blocks, changing the math a little bit more up front where we're it's not 1-for-1, and these teams, they mix it up. They run some of these gap schemes and they pin and pull, and you see a little bit of that, but changing the math on these pullers, changing the math in some of this zone scheme, and then ultimately, like with these big ones, it's usually more than one culprit, right? So just making sure we're there where we're supposed to be, ready to make it, and then if it does hit, that we can find a way to get them on the ground where, again, we can manage the 10-yarders, 12-yarders, but when you give up the big ones, man, those are tough to come back from. So it's going to be a big challenge this week. Like, really 2 really good backs. We're going to have to be locked and loaded. It's going to take all 11. We're going to have to be able to get off blocks and swarm and get these guys on the ground.
So it's more than just taking bad. It seems like the secondary has taken some bad angles on. I think of the one this week. I think of Javonte Williams against the Cowboys.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it's just that. Like, I wouldn't say it's just that. I mean, we got to find ways to get them on the ground. We do when they do break. That's part of it. Like, they're the last line of defense. But again, we got to do a better job not letting them run through the heart of our defense too. So. Again, I think it's been a myriad of things that we got to continue to stress and continue to work on and find ways to eliminate it.
When Spencer Rattler was kind of giving an overview of your defense, he said you guys don't disguise as much as some teams they've faced. I know there was a lot of talk this offseason having the interchangeable safeties. I mean, first of all, is that accurate? Do you not disguise as much? And how do you get to maybe to the point you do?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's certain situations we probably do a little bit more so than some others at times. And I mean, that's something we kind of evaluate how we want to play certain things week to week. Some of the matchups come into play with that, right? The personnel and who we have available and what we're willing to ask them to do in certain situations. Again, always want to try to change the picture as much as you can post snap on these guys, so they got to figure it out. And I mean, it takes all 11 in the passing game, and that's a big part of being able to get home, right? Like, get the quarterback to hold the ball a split second where he's got to decipher what it is. So something we always talk about, we always try to work at, and just especially in the situations that we're able to, we definitely want to be able to do that.
Brian said on his sack there late in the game that you had called that blitz earlier and it sort of got beat on it. How did he convince you to go back to it?
Yeah, I don't think we executed as well as we needed to when we got hit on it. Got confidence in these players. That's the one thing I think that showed up. Like, there were a few different calls where it might have not have been as detailed as we needed it to be early on, and then we went back to it. Prime example, we go back to it. Burns gets pressure. Drew picks it off. We go back to the other one. We execute it. Credit to the coaches, credit to the players for recognizing it and getting it fixed. And we hit it in the critical situations and come up. And my message was them, like, we got to nail it the first time. Like, we got to be locked in the first time and make sure we're executing at the highest level the first time, because these second chances don't come around too often in those situations like they did the other day.
You have some challenges with injuries at safety this week, and how are you working around that?
Yeah, it's pretty fluid right now. Getting a lot of guys reps out here, making sure they're all engaged. I mean, for us, it's a myriad of things, obviously, with Dane, with him being banged up and what that looks like and new. I think it's going to be probably day by day for a lot of these guys, and it might take till Sunday morning to figure out who's going to be up. So getting these guys prepared, whether it's Braid, whether it's Lane, if he comes into play. Nick Jones has kind of been a little bit of that hybrid role for us, emergency force safety. So spending time with those guys, making sure they know the game plan, and again, I think as a coaching staff, we got to have contingency plans for all that stuff.
What did you see from Abdul on Sunday and just what he was able to do?
Yeah, disruptive, productive. I mean, I go back to that backed up drive in the fourth quarter where he got pressure on 3 plays in a row, basically, right? And that was a huge stop for us to keep him backed up, to get the ball back early in the fourth. But the dude works hard. All 3 of those guys are unselfish. Like, they're putting the team first. They're doing what was asked of them. They're not batting an eye. They're trying to do everything the right way. Again, I think having Burns and KT in that room is very valuable for him too, just to see what it is and how those guys go about their business. But been pleased with them. The versatility of him and those other guys, they're all different. Like, they all have a different skill set. The versatility you can use them at is a little bit different, but being able to maximize that's been good for us.
What's the coaching point on the Quentin Johnson touchdown? It looked like Deontay maybe bit up a little bit and Belton was late rotating him. And I was wondering, my first reaction, Shane, was like Deontay had a pick right before that, and it got negated. And I was wondering if maybe he was like eager to get it back. You know?
Yeah, I mean, we gotta make sure we take their go-to guy away, like knowing what it is, and making sure we're on our landmarks where we need to be, and knowing the ability when you do have a guy over the top, how can you play it a little bit differently? So just making sure you do it so many snaps in the 2 minute and you're in the right spots and everything's right, and then all of a sudden we jump off sides on critical 4th and 2. They come back to it and just not execute it as at a high level, as high as we would like.